Red on the beat.
Jao Ituka. Basket good, Jordan Hawkins. Foul. Jao Ituka.
Red on the beat.
Apple Hoops here with Jordan Hawkins, Gaithersburg sophomore. Jordan, going into that game, obviously there were some things in the middle that didn't go your guys' way, and we don't have to get into that. But I read, this is my first time seeing you. I read that you guys one of the best backcourts in the county. In fact, your coach called you that going into the year. Did that put any pressure on you guys as just sophomores, you and Jao and Mandela?
I'm accustomed to pressure.
Yeah.
That's going. happened through my whole career, so might as well get used to it now.
Yeah. When someone goes out like that in a situation you can't control, obviously the game was already pretty out of hand, but did you work on anything different when he's not on the court? Obviously you guys bring different things. Do you kind of pick up that slack at all?
It's always different when our leading scorers are out, but just got to just play our offense, just go through it back all both ways.
I looked at the scores for you guys this year coming into this game. You guys pretty much have held everyone under 60, and that press is pretty aggressive. Is that something that you guys are focused on a lot?
Yeah, we're a defensive-minded team. We have a defensive-minded coach, so we just want to lock everybody down, make sure they don't get. We always have a point thing. We don't let them over earn.
What do you have? What's that threshold at? Is it different for every game?
Oh yeah, it's different every game.
Yeah.
Depending on.
Big game tomorrow with Magruder.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are still figuring out whether Jao can play that, whatever it may be. Going into that, this is one of your first times down the stretch here, second year, going into the final month of the regular season. You say you're built for the pressure. Is this team, as young as they are, built for the pressure?
Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm prepared to be dealt with it because it's my first time playing Magruder too.
Yeah.
I'm a young guy. I remember that too, but as a leader, I have to get my team prepared for that too.
What kind of things do you do for that?
Just knowing, just encouraging them, making them better every day, making them have confidence in themselves, and just let them play their game.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Capital Hoops here with Gaithersburg coach Jeff Holda. Jeff, this is my first time seeing your team this year. I read the article that you did with the Post at the beginning of the year talking about you had the best backcourt in Montgomery County. Hard to argue with that with the way they performed tonight. Do you still believe that? And what did you see in these kids going into this year that made you say that?
Obviously the proof is in their numbers and in our wins. We have a guy averaging 25 a game and 21. We've already won 14 games, and the two of them are super competitors. They're talented and they're winners. And tonight they came out and, after having 2 days off and coming off a big win against RM, they both had a good first half. Defensively they were very solid, and they made shots, and they ran our team.
I wanted to talk about the defense. Obviously, you guys kind of overpowered Seneca Valley tonight, but looking at your schedule as a whole, and I talked to Jordan about this too, that you guys set a number that you want to keep the other team below. Seems like you've kept everyone at least below 60, some below 50, and with a team that young, being that kind of suffocating in the press is tough to do. Is that something you guys work on a lot?
Yeah, not as much as we used to in past years, but in the last few weeks we really amped it up. We weren't defending as well as I was hoping we would. Our goal is usually 55 points a game. That's on our goals board. And we had a stretch of games where we really didn't defend all that well, and we were still only giving up 51, 52. But in the last 4 games, we've stepped it up. And just more ball pressure is really good.
Any concerns with a team that's, the large majority of its motor is so young, going into a stretch where, there are good teams in the county as there are every year. Coming down here to Magruder, there's Northwest out there, there's RM. What do you have to do as a coach to get a team that's this young to still perform at their highest capability under this pressure?
It's every game we have to have goals, obviously, and even per quarter. Like tonight, we said coming out in the third quarter, we wanted to hold them to 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to go. We wanted to make every free throw. We wanted to make at least one ball rotation before we shot a 3. So it's like every game we have to find little things because their interest does sort of wane sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially for Jao and Jordan because they're so talented.
Yeah.
So we have to remind them that every team we play, we have to respect. We get their best shot no matter what, night in and night out. And we're like everyone's Super Bowl. Someone said that to us early in the year, and it's kind of been that way. And it's great, but we have to stay focused, and it's a lot easier said than done.
Being everyone's Super Bowl, there comes, things like what happened today between the two teams, the third quarter there. From our vantage point, it just looked like a brief skirmish, and both players were ejected. You spoke with the officials. Jao was ejected. The player from, I think Blake was ejected too from Seneca Valley. You guys play Magruder tomorrow. What do you know, going into that in terms of his availability?
Typically, I think that the rule is if you're ejected that you can't play the next game. The officials ejected the 2 players, which both coaching staffs and anyone else watching the game, we all kind of came to an agreement that we didn't understand why they were ejected. There was 1 T called on them. There wasn't 2. There was nothing fighting or anything like that. We tried to get an explanation from the officials, and the explanation that we got was that it was a flagrant foul on each, and with the flagrant, you're automatically ejected. So
Sure.
neither player may not play tomorrow because we both play Friday night. We play Magruder, obviously, so that's a big blow to us if we can't play. Mazae is averaging, I think, 25 points a game or 26. He's the leading scorer in the county, and Jao's a half point below him. So those were the 2 leading scorers in Montgomery County that were tossed in a 40-point basketball game. We were up in the 3rd quarter for little to nothing. So I'm not very happy right now, and I'm more bummed for my team and bummed for both of those kids. He's a competitor, Mazae, and Jao's a competitor. And I don't really know what to say right now, but I'm hoping that intelligence will prevail and that we'll have them tomorrow and they'll have their guy.
Last question there that kind of leads into that. I think with the talent of Jao and Jordan, a lot of times Mandela can get overlooked by some. But, seeing him out there, he picks up the pace, picks it right up. Hypothetically, you don't have him or Jao tomorrow. It seems like you guys are confident out there running the offense with Mandela at the point, and it's been a long line of Tarks in the county that have been able to do that. So, do you feel like he could just pick this right back up and get you guys going?
Yeah, I think he's going to have to. He's made a lot of strides in the past 2 weeks, and he's very talented. He's a tough kid. He's coachable. I love him. He's the 3rd Tark that I've had the pleasure to coach, and he's finally learned how to play a little bit. So we're hoping he'll step up tomorrow and for the rest of the season. That's why we put him in the starting lineup 2 weeks ago. So we wanted that jump start and really get him going. So all of our guys tomorrow. It's a team game. If we don't have Jao, we just got to be Gaithersburg, and we've got to be better. And tomorrow's going to be a fun night no matter what, because it's always special to go to Magruder and play at that gym. And it's going to be an awesome Friday night of basketball.
Thanks, Coach.